YouTube, what up? I've been thinking about this for a while, but I decided to go ahead and do it because I was inspired. But I wanted to talk about my experience with watching the movie Sinners. I watched it not this past Friday, but the week beforehand. It was Saturday night. My fault. It was Saturday night, and was it? Yeah, cause I think it got released that Friday, and I went to go see it that Saturday. Yeah, and it was probably one of the best films that I've seen in a while. Cause I was talking about it like days after with my homeboys. I'm like, man, I need to go see this film. I got a partner who his wife. I'm like, man, y'all need to go see Sinners. Like, and my partner, he liked listening to blues and old school shit. He kind of turned me on to it. Like I been listening to Temptations. I started listening to the Buddy Guy or Guy Buddy, whatever his real artist name is. Yeah, Buddy Guy. I started listening. You know, it's just I'm getting more and more into the guitar. Like I like listening to the electric guitar. Like when motherfuckers doing their solos and shit, like Dirty Diana by Michael Jackson. When dudes start doing that little solo shit, that shit so fucking hard to me. And but I thought it was great. The whole vampire concept was interesting. I love the time period and where they was. My favorite character was by far Smoke. I know it was twin. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan for playing two different people with two different personalities. I thought that was amazing, and that's an incredible feat. But my favorite after twins was Smoke, cause he's more like me, calm, collected, and shit, tender for his woman. You know what I'm saying? But he still, you know what I'm saying, got that. But I ain't playing around. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he's the big brother. You know, the little brother Stack, he's kind of like more the wild card. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I thought the ending was beautiful. You know, I'm telling spoilers. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, spoilers. And I saw what I see this year. I saw Captain America, New Brave World. I saw that. It was alright. I saw Gladiator 2, which was a good movie, but I wasn't talking about it the next day like I was with Sinners, if you get what I'm saying. Because I believe Gladiator 2 came out this year, or it might have been December. I'm not really sure. I can't really remember. But Slim, he was one of my favorite characters of the film. You know, the old drunk, old school unk, whatever you want to call him. He was funny as hell. And of course, the preacher's boy, he was actually playing with the guitar, so that shows all the practicing that he was doing. And he had a great voice. I don't know if he was lip singing or not, but that shit. Somebody take me. Well, that shit was going crazy. I just like how they was talking about like the whole music is very important in life in general. And I love how they was making that shit an emphasis. Like, if it wasn't for music, I believe people will just kill each other off. Like when people go through shit, music is everything. You got music for everything. Every emotion that you got, there is a song for it. And when motherfuckers be going through it be songs that you can play that will help you cope with whatever you're going with. It might motivate you. It might, mentally hug you and let you know everything all right. Just music is very important. I like how they was kind of making that shit known. And the main guy for the vampire, Remick, great job. Like when that nigga fell through the sky and the Indians, it was so fucking funny because around that time, Jim Crow laws, you know, white folks is gonna look out for each other. But the Indians were trying to tell him like, look, man, I think he in there. Like, and she like, nah, ain't nobody in here. He like, you don't know what you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And shit, she was like, shit. But the whole time, while she's talking to the Indian or the Native American, however you want to say it, shit, her husband back there getting ate. You know what I mean? And if they was to do another movie based off this film, they need to do a prequel, like to show when they first came to this motherfucker. I think that would be great. I don't want it to be a sequel because how they gonna fit that in a more modern world? I just really don't see it. Like, you know, how you gonna be able to pull that off with all the technology and shit like that? I really can't see it. But if they did a prequel of that shit'd be hard, no cap. And how long has Remick been around? And his points was fantastic. Like, I probably would have went for like, man, look, man, this fellowship, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. You know, we gonna live forever. We can just join arms and, man, fuck everybody, man. Look, man, you're gonna be better. Like, damn near like a drug, you know what I'm saying? And he said, man, you think you ain't think that white man gonna come back? He gonna come back and kill you? You ain't know that? You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of crazy. But I do think the one critique I do have about the film is that the ending was kind of rushed because they was flushing out the characters so well. Like, I was having a blast before the vampires even, you know, became a threat. I was enjoying the film so much. So when it got towards the final act, it kind of was rushed a little bit. Like, I kind of knew that in the back of my mind when I was watching it, but it was still good. And I loved the ending when we found out that Smoke didn't kill his little brother. I thought that was beautiful. And how he told, like, hey man, let him live his life. Let him live his life. And I'm surprised he kept his promise, because at the end of the day, he's a vampire. But it shows that he's still well, all of them was really conscious. They were just telling him, like, man, come on, man, let me bite you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And I thought it was funny how that motherfucker was like, shit, you gotta let him in. Because I ain't know nothing about the vampires. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you know, they can't be in sunlight and they don't fuck with garlic. But I didn't know that you gotta tell vampires to come in and shit like that. I didn't know about that. And also, a lot of people were talking about how the trailer was showing a lot of the, like, spoiling a lot for everybody, but I didn't watch the trailer. I knew the movie was coming out, but I never watched the trailer. And then I was seeing on Twitter on how crazy it was going. I told my girl, I said, let's go see Sinners tonight. Or tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. The Chinese lady, Grace Chow, she pissed me off. She crashed out, basically. You know, and I get it, because, you know, she was, you know, they were talking shit to her. Like, I know how you like to be licked. We don't go after your daughter. So she crashed out. But at the end of the day, I probably would have killed her. Like, man, you shit, you know what I'm saying? You ain't finna fucking, you ain't running shit around here. You know, we got to come with a collective agreement. And she just flat out said, fuck it, come in, motherfuckers. But it was also kind of badass at the same time. Who else? What was that last, Stack's girlfriend with the white girl, half black, however you want to pronounce it, mixed, the biracial. She was looking good. It was crazy how they walked in there and the nigga was getting ate up and shit. Like, she turned around looking all menacing and shit with the, man, that shit. And he got the pop in her ass, pop, 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 pop. Just kept hitting her ass. She got up. He said, we gonna kill all of y'all. And ran out. I said, And then, bro, Remick, this is when old girl first went out there. She went out there, she was like, nah, I'm finna go back in the crib. Well, she was finna run back to the pub, or walk back to the pub. And that nigga Remick said, like, floated and shit, that shit was crazy. I said, I yelled in the theater. I was like, hell nah. I said, hell nah, that cornbread, that scene was funny as fuck. Man, that was a great movie, man. And like I said, what is that name? Stack pulled up on Preacher Boy. I can't think of his name right. I want to say his name was Slim. I think it was Slim. But he pulled up on Slim when he was all, man, he was sipping on some yak. You know what I'm saying? Probably just got done with a performance or whatever. Like, I think he named his club or whatever after somebody. Yeah, Perlene, yeah. And another thing I don't like, Bo said when I guess he was a virgin or whatever, you know, his love interest, Perline, he was like, I just want to taste you. Man, if you don't tell that bitch to suck my dick, I just got done performing. I done turned everybody up. Like, I thought that was kind of like, that's kind of thing I don't like nowadays. It's like, bro, we cater way too much to the women. Like, every picture you see on social media or whatever, it's like hoes always talking about eat my pussy, eat my pussy, eat my pussy. And niggas be like, mood and shit. And it always like a nigga face buried in some pussy. Like, bro, like we ain't kings. That's a whole nother discussion for a whole other day. But yeah, that's I ain't like that really. A lot of people say that was a cold ass line, but it's just goddamn. I just be thinking, I be looking at that shit like propaganda. I ain't gonna lie. What else? Annie, she was a great love interest. Chocolate, thick. Hey, I love to see it. Shit. And she was like, if I do get bit, you killed me. I got somebody waiting on me, and they were talking about their daughter, and I thought that was beautiful as well. Yeah, that's about it though. It wasn't that much people. Oh yeah, I love how when they first got into town, smoking stack. They got to the town, and when they pulled up on, I can't pronounce his name, but the Chinese man, and he had a southern accent. I thought that shit was so funny. But Chayton, their daughter, he told them to go to whatever store to get something or whatever. And then she was walking, she barely walked down the street, and white folk was just all over the place. So that's how crazy the Jim Crow and segregation was back then. That shit is so funny to me. Like, that shit really wild. Like, motherfuckers was really living like that, thinking like that, moving like that. It just, we're really in good times. Life is crazy, and motherfuckers be racist and shit on social media and shit like that. But I don't really run into racist people often, really at all. You know what I'm saying? And if they are racist, they're not really that bold enough to do that shit right in front of your face. So if it's on social media, it is what it is. Whatever, that's a safe space. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting though. And they didn't throw racist. They didn't just push it on us. Like, they ain't make it like a slave movie or nothing like that, or a Selma type movie. It was just, we understand the time period and what's going on, how people think back then. That was enough. This is set up the theme of the film. But yeah, what y'all think about it, man? This shit was, man. I would think about this movie for goddamn 3 days straight. I got to listen to blues and shit. I was meal prepping. I was fixing my meal prep, listening to blues and shit. So it's great. Tapping into my my old school ways, but shit, I'ma fuck with y'all, man. I just wanted to go ahead and speak about that shit. At first I wanted to, then I was like, nah, so I just finally decided just to do it. But yeah, I'ma fuck with y'all, man. Y'all be safe. I'm gone.